Hello guys, welcome to A-RGB Guru. Today we are going to learn how to set up Iris A-RGB controller. This video only consists of the initial setup for Iris. So let's get started. So this is the Iris A-RGB controller and this is the Type-C port on the controller. This port is the initial stage to power on the controller. But let me warn you that this port should only be used to power the controller only in the initial stage. After setup, you should only use the SATA cables to power the controller and not the Type-C port. Once the controller is powered, you have to open your Wi-Fi settings in your Android or iOS and search for the hotspot created by the controller. Then you can connect to the controller network using the password shown on the screen, which will be the same for all devices. Once you are connected to the Wi-Fi network of the controller, you need to open any browser of your choice and type this IP address in the browser. After the UI loads up, you need to go to config on top right corner, go to Wi-Fi settings, and here you can change the network name to the Wi-Fi name of your Wi-Fi router. This should be same as it is case sensitive. After this, type the password for the Wi-Fi network. One small note though, that the controller can only connect to 2.4 GHz network. Now, if you don't remember the exact name, then you can just use the above handy button named as scan to scan your network for all Wi-Fi options. Here, just select your Wi-Fi and enter the password below, and then that's it, you're set. Next, you need to install app for this controller on your choice of device. You can either scan the QR on screen to download the app or find links in the description below. Once you download the app, open it and press the add icon on the top right corner. Here you will find the option to discover the controller automatically. As you can see, it has found the controller. Once found, you can go back. Here you can see the controller has been detected. Here you need to note down the IP address shown below the name of the controller. You will enter this IP address into any browser on your PC so it can detect the UI settings on your PC. Now, let me tell you about the next important step. So we are going to figure out the number of LEDs you're going to connect on each port of the controller. Now this number of LEDs connected needs to be very precise as the transitions between different devices depends on the accuracy of the number of LEDs you set in the controller. So now as you know what we are going to do, so let's get started. Now as you can see, we still have our controller connected to the Type-C port. Next we will do is figure out the number of LEDs on each device. Let's start from this A-RGB fan. Let's connect this A-RGB fan to the first port of our controller. Now by default, each port on the controller is set to one LED. So on whatever port you decide to connect the fan, only one LED will light up. Now what we will do here is change the number of LEDs assigned to first port in controller until we find the exact number of LED. This will require some trial and error. As this first port is currently set to one LED, let's go to config, then in LED preference. Then here change the first LED length to something higher. Let's change it to 5. As you can see, our fan has lit up more than before. Let's increase it further again in same LED preference in config. Let's increase it to 10. As you can see, even after increasing to 10, it's still not fully lit. Let's make it 18 this time. Now everything seems to be lit and we have no dark zones left on the fan. But the thing is we need accurate LED count. So for this, now we need to decrease it by 1 or 2 LEDs to find the exact count. Now there's a catch here. When you are decreasing LED count, you need to power off and check whether all LEDs are turning off. This is due to the fact that once you go below the actual LED count of that device, the LED that was once powered on will still have some ghost power in it, which will let it stay on even after we turn off the power. You will see this in action as we will soon go below the LED count. As you can see, when I power off the controller from the main page, we have all the LEDs going off. Now let's keep decreasing the LED count further. As you can see, now we have one LED staying on even when we have powered everything off. This is the ghost power I was talking about earlier. Now going back to last value, that was 16, will get us the exact value of LED we have in this A-RGB fan. Now that we know the exact count of LEDs of this device, you need to go and find the value of each unique type of other A-RGB devices that you have in your PC, like A-RGB strips, AIO pump head A-RGB, and others. After getting exact LED count of all A-RGB devices, you can start planning on how to attach devices to each port on the controller. As you can see in this pic, each A-RGB fan is connected to the port number given besides it. This is due to the fact that transitions will happen from one port to another. So if you connect fans according to this pic, you will get effects moving from fan 1 to fan 2 and so on. It's better if you note down which devices is connected to which port. Once all done, you can go ahead and remove the Type-C cable from the controller and connect SATA power to it from your PC power supply. And I would like to warn you again that SATA power and Type-C both should not be connected at the same time. Once you have connected the SATA power, you can connect all your A-RGB devices according to your plan like this pic below. Once you have connected all your A-RGB devices, you can go ahead and boot your PC and go to the web UI of the controller. Here now, all you have to do is set the count of LEDs of each device connected on that specific port. So as we have the same fans on all 9 ports, we will set all port LED length to 16. Now the 10th port is AIO pump for me, which has 12 LEDs. So I'll set the 10th port to 12 LEDs. Now this is all the setup required to get the perfect effects on all your A-RGB devices. Now let's explore the web UI where I will show you how to change different effects and all other settings of Iris controller. So this is the web UI of the controller. Now let's try changing different colors. As you can see, the colors are being changed as soon as I select the some color on the color wheel. So this is the brightness slider where you can adjust the brightness of all the devices connected to Iris. It might be not be visible on the video, but the brightness is getting lowered as I decrease the slider. So this is the timer. Here, if you press the timer, it will turn off after 60 minutes as it's showing below. And this is sync. This is used if you want to connect other Iris controller with this. You can sync both of this controller at once. This is the info page. This is where you'll see all the info related to your Iris controller, like the average FPS you are getting, how much current you are consuming, and which LED version you are using. And this is the config page you know of. This is the color wheel where you can adjust different colors for your effect. And these are all the effects which you'll get inbuilt in the Iris controller itself. As you can see, different effects are giving different transitions. In this LED, this is the Wi-Fi setup. Here you will get all the Wi-Fi related settings. And this is the LED preference. Here, as you can see, this is the maximum current you can set, and you should never, I say never change this setting at all. It should be like this. And here, all the settings that I've shown here, only the LED length should be changed. You can only change those settings if you know what you're doing. If you don't, then it's better to just keep things like that. And even in future, if these settings get resetted, you can look at this video and get these settings all the same like this. Now this apply preset, let me show you what this does. So here, as you can see, there are multiple presets that you can set. So let me show you how to set a preset. You can just select an effect and add it as a preset here. You can just save it. And as you can see, we just saved it on the number 3 slot of the presets. So you can go in LED preferences and you can set that apply preset 3 at boot. So what it will does is, whenever you boot your PC, this number 3 preset will be turned on. And you can have it for the later session of your PC. Like for the entire session, it will be that preset for the whole time. And this is the effect speed. Here you can reduce or increase the effect speed. As you can see, the effect speed has been increased. And this is the size, like how dense your effect you want to be, like you can see. Now this was all about the initial setup of the controller. You can keep using Iris through the web UI if you want, or you can change the effects using the mobile apps too. Now for further setups for various softwares like Signal RGB and OpenRGB, you need to watch the separate videos I have made on them, which you can find on the channel. Now this was all about Iris. Hope you guys enjoyed the setup process. It was a bit hectic, but all worth when you see these effects live in your PC. So good luck, have fun with your controller. See you in the next video. Bye bye.